Hi, everybody. Well, all that running around and panicking and everything, rushing, well, it just seemed to be now a complete waste of time. So, I'm heading to a cruise on the Sun Princess. There's an event before the cruise, there's a 16-day cruise, then there's an event in Fort Lauderdale, then there's a 3-day cruise, and so I didn't want to miss all this stuff. And with all the uncertainty surrounding Air Canada, I said, you know what, I gotta kind of get there. And I checked all other ways to do this and everything like that. What to do. Looked at flights to Detroit, looked at flying to New York, flying to New Jersey, even flying to Fort Lauderdale and then like Miami and then flying over. Looked at all the options, and it turned out the cheapest option I could do turned it out to be with Air Canada. Well, can you tell where I'm at? Can you tell? So, I was given a couple options. I could wait it out for the Air Canada flights and see if they go on strike or not. And if they do go on strike, I have to scramble for flights. Now, Air Canada said they will do their best to put me on like competitive airlines, but when you're dealing with 110,000 people a day trying to get them on other carriers who already have their carriers for their clients, it could have been a mess, right? Especially if they don't go on strike till like Thursday. And then I'm stuck trying to fly on Saturday, and that would not be good. But they had an offer out there saying that if I flew today or anytime after the 23rd until the 29th, then I could switch my flights for no cost. So I wouldn't have to pay the difference in pricing. So as I mentioned before, I got a seat sale, really cheap seat sale. Current prices for business class seats to London, $7,600. I paid $1,500 when I bought them, which means I would have had to pay $5,000. Or if I flew today, they switch me for free. And the flights are running, and they don't do the strike vote until tomorrow. So I said, the heck with it, I'm not taking any chances. And so I'm flying to London today. So that's right, Air Canada gave me the offer to switch for free. And quite frankly, I'm paying a week at a hotel, and it comes nowhere near the cost of having to have rebooked flights to other places. It's much cheaper just to stay here. So at least I know I'm here. The worry is gone. But then, of course, I woke up I woke up. I slept on the plane, and I woke up and I got to my hotel, and the first thing I did was check to see what Air Canada is doing. And the latest report I got is Air Canada has averted the strike and they've come to a tentative agreement. So no walkout. So I could have just waited and flown next Saturday. I could have saved some money, not having to pay this hotel, etc. But you know, it's that gamble that you take. I could have taken a chance and not done it, and then been completely in trouble and completely left out in the cold and maybe missed the event or the cruise, etc. And guess what? I was not the only person in that boat yesterday. I talked to multiple people, and they were flying, 3 days early, 5 days early, etc., etc. Business people were clamoring. I think there was not a single empty plane yesterday. I think every plane leaving on Air Canada from Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver were jammed to the gills. There was no room for luggage. There was no room anywhere in the terminal. It was an absolute madhouse in the terminal. But yeah, I made it here. I made it to London. I might be here a week. It might cost me a little money, but I had to weigh the odds. Weigh the odds. And of course, in my life, if I gamble one way, it always turns out to be the other way. But at least this way I gambled not to miss the trip, as opposed to gambling and maybe missing the trip, or worse, making the trip but costing 3 or 4 times more than I ended up paying for this. So I can think of far worse things than being stuck in London for an extra week.